Hello, everybody. I am about to make my third attempt to film this book haul. I filmed one, and I went off on a bizarre tangent at the end, and I thought, no, I don't want to post that. So I filmed it again, and at the end, I went into a weird rant about the hiring practices at different places. And I'm like, that has nothing to do with the books that were being hauled, so I decided I'll try again. This is my third video today. I did an owl crate and a unicorn crate today. Now I'm going to do some books. Most of it is going to be cookbook-ish. And I have like 3 regular novels. I think I'll do those first, get them out of the way. Then I can spend more time with the cookbooks. Those who know me well know that I love cookbooks. I can't move in a good enough position. I have 2 bins of books right behind my shoulder, all cookbooks. I have a couple shelves on the bookshelf over here, which is out of frame, all cookbookish. I have my Hannah Swenson series by Joanne Fluke on that shelf as well, because after reading the novel, since they're packed full of recipes as well, they go on the cooking shelf. So, I also have like a whole bookcase full of, and another shelf full of cookbooks in the pantry. I've got a couple more bins in the bedroom that are all cookbooks. So yeah, I kind of like cookbooks. All kinds of cookbooks. Doesn't matter what they are. But I'm going to start with the 3 novels, and then I'll get into the cookbooky stuff. And I really don't know what is spilled all over this, but it looks disgusting. I'm going to have to get a damp cloth and wipe it off. But I have First Love by James Patterson. I like James Patterson in general. I enjoy his books. I know they're not great, but that's fine. I don't mind that. One nice thing about this is it says with Emily Raymond. Emily Raymond wrote the second book in this. It's called Hot Winter Nights, and it is... It's one of the Bookshot Blazes. Oh no, I'm wrong. It's by Cody Gary. I thought Emily Raymond was the one that did it. Anyway, James Patterson and Emily Raymond wrote First Love, and then Cody Gary wrote Hot Winter Nights. In Bear Mountain, the days are cold, but the nights are steamy. Ooh. And it's one of the Bookshot's Flames. So it's fairly short. Yeah, it's, let's see here. Starts on page 231 and goes to page 345. So it's around 125 pages. All this at the end is like Patterson's books, like lists of his books. The man writes a lot, has people writing a lot for him, with him, whatever. But this is one of his romances, and I probably shouldn't say this, but his romances generally are not great. Now, the Bookshot Flames, since there are other people other than him writing them, a lot of those tend to be pretty good, and they're short. But the ones I've actually read that he supposedly wrote are not great. So I don't know what to expect on that one. Then I picked up 2 books by Jodi Picoult. I guess that's how you say her name. I have My Sister's Keeper and A Spark of Light. I think this cover is really cool. I really like that cover. I don't really know what they're about, but I've seen her name around, and I know this one's a fairly popular book. Apparently it's also a movie with Cameron Diaz, Abigail Breslin, and Joan Cusack. Huh. Sounds alright. So I don't know what either of them are about, but I have seen her name around a lot. She seems to be a fairly popular author. So I thought I would give her a chance. And then I picked those up today at the library, and these three I also got today at the library. They have a freebie box at the main branch, and we stopped in there today because we were running around in town a little bit and just popped in there. My son needed to do a couple things on the computer, and I dug through the freebie box and did a little bit of stuff on the computer there, and then we came home and found two boxes in my mailbox. I'm excited. But I've already filmed those, so... Okay, so this one is a cookbook called Meat. How to buy, store, prepare, and serve beef, veal, lamb, pork, poultry, variety meats, and game with over 300 recipes. So there's that. It looks like it's a fairly old book. Maybe from the 70s from the photo on the front. Let's see. 1971. Hey, guessed well. It's older than me. Barely. So, we have Meat. We have Ladies' Home Journal Handbook of Holiday Cuisine. This one also looks like it might be from like late 60s, early 70s. Copyright 1970. Haha. I'm going to guess they probably came from the same person. So, here we go. Whatever this moosey thing is, I don't know. It looks kind of nasty. But I question molded molded things like mooses and what have you. Ceviche, there's chicken liver boats. I like chicken livers, but it depends on what you do with them. I just like them like lightly breaded and fried. And here's a shrimp chowder. Borscht. Stuffed veal shoulder. Macaroni salad. Triple chocolate torte. There we go. That sounds good. They've got my attention now. Devil's food cake mix, 2 eggs, water, butter or margarine, heavy cream, semi-sweet chocolate squares, confectioner sugar. Ooh, 1.5 pounds of confectioner sugar? Wow. As a diabetic, that would probably be a bad idea for me to eat. Martha Washington's Great Cake. Colonial Virginia cake. So it looks like there's some possibly like what's the word I want? Heritage recipes. Baklava. I love baklava. Honey puff pastry, chopped walnuts, heavy cream. Heavy cream? Why are you putting whipped topping on your baklava? This says heavy cream whipped or a package of whipped topping mix. Baklava isn't normally served with a whipped cream. It's ooey gooey yumminess without whipped cream. I don't know. It's crazy. One thing I like about this one is in the back, chapter 10, it has menus for like festive fall dinner, ladies luncheon, Thanksgiving, a trim the tree party, Hanukkah dinner, great Christmas celebration. I don't know. Most of the Greeks that I know would probably be like, you don't put whipped cream on baklava. I have never, ever, ever seen it served that way. And I've gone to a lot of different events where baklava has been served, and it has never had whipped cream. Okay, so this one is the Joys of Jello Gelatin, and it's got all kinds of craziness in here. Lots of desserts, lots of salad molds. Again, I'm a little leery about molds because usually they're kind of weird. Ooh, rosy peach upside down cake. That looks good. I've never seen peach jello. Wonder if that's a flavor maybe they don't make anymore? Or maybe we just don't get it in our area? Sliced peaches, strawberry gelatin, peach gelatin, cinnamon, butter or margarine, yellow cake mix, Cool Whip. But at least this one makes sense to have whipped topping because you're using it as decoration. That looks good. I would eat that, I think. So it's basically a poke cake, I think, with, I don't know. My brain just went, forgot what I was saying in mid-sentence. There's a lot of different salads. See, this one's called Shimmering Shrimp Mold, and I think it looks weird. It might be great. I just think it looks kind of weird. I don't know. Something about putting shrimp in Jell-O just does not sound right to me. But I know, like, back in the 50s and 60s, they put everything in Jell-O. They made everything into a Jell-O mold, which is kind of bizarre to me. Now, this might make more sense. Things like chutney relishes and tomato relish and things like that. Here they're using it as a flavoring for marshmallows. That makes sense to me. And then this back gives you all the tips and tricks on how to do different things, how to mold and unmold and what have you. And then on a different trip to the library, I got all of these little booklets. Except for this one. This one, I don't know where it came from, but when I had these sitting on top of my stack of boxes over here, this was already sitting there. So I don't know. I must have picked it up at St. Patrick's Day time because it's Irish pub favorites. And I like pub food. Every year I make my version of shepherd's pie, which technically, since I'm not using lamb, it's probably cottage pie, not shepherd's pie. But whatever. You know what I'm talking about if I say shepherd's pie. And I thought, I'd kind of like to maybe make something different. And what did I make for St. Patrick's Day this year? 3 guesses. Shepherd's pie! But this has a lot of different, beer-soaked spicy ribs. That might be interesting. Got a couple bottles of Guinness still out there. I had to buy a 6-pack of Guinness so that I could have beer to put to, what's the word I want? To deglaze the pan. Let's be all technical. It's deglazing when you pour a little liquid in to get all the scrapings off the bottom of the pan. Yeah. So I use that. But I only use like 1 bottle a year because I make it like once a year. I don't know why. I should make it more often. Because I love shepherd's pie. I mean, if there's ever a comfort food, that's it. Okay, so these two are from the Pampered Chef. And they are Season's Best Recipe Collection. Spring, Summer 2004, Fall, Winter 2004. The recipes sound really good. This one. They call that baked Alaska cake, but they did the baked Alaska in quotes because it's not a true baked Alaska because there's no ice cream in it and they don't bake it. So I'm like, well, then it's just cake with layers of mousse or something in it. It's not really baked Alaska. So I don't know why they're calling it that. I don't know. I think these wraps look good. I'm not hungry right now, though, because we just had dinner. But, ooh, chocolate peanut butter fondue. I don't think I've ever done fondue before. Veggie lover pizza dip. Baked Alaska cake. It's got devil's food cake mix, semi-sweet morsels, cream cheese, powdered sugar, and frozen whipped topping. No ice cream. And I'm like, but the whole point is that it's like the center is ice cream and then it's like meringue on the outside and you bake it. So I don't know. I'm a little confused on that one. But ooh, what was that? Spiced pumpkin pie spread. That sounds good. Cinnamon pastry wedges would probably be good to dip in the spread. Anyway, there's these two. The only thing with Pampered Chef is that since Pampered Chef is a company that sells kitchen tools, they write their recipes geared toward those tools. So they may say, you know, get out blah, blah, blah tool to do this with, and you got to figure out, if you don't have that tool, what else works. Generally, it's pretty easy. One of my favorite things we've got that happens to be Pampered Chef is a really nice stoneware baking dish, which I use quite often. So, and, you know, for that, you just replace it with any other baking dish if you don't have one of theirs. But sometimes it's a more specialized item. Anyway, this one is called the Country Cooking Recipe Collection Prize-Winning Salads. It's summertime. I eat a lot of salad in the summer. This one I thought might give me some ideas. Huh. The first one is a blueberry orange salad. One thing I think is neat about this particular one is you can see there's 2 recipes on this page. The rest of the recipes on the back. But it's perforated. This dotted line here. Let me get it closer so you can see what I'm talking about. There's a dotted line. That's where the perforation is. So you can pull these out of here and tear them apart and put them in a recipe box and use them as recipe cards instead of as a book, if you would prefer to do it that way, which I think is cool. I am going to leave them in the little booklet because I would probably lose the cards. I know me. This one is from Taste of Home Books, and it's called Cookies for Christmas. If you're not familiar with what Taste of Home is, it's a magazine company, and they also print cookbooks. They also, if you want to, you can sign up for their different newsletters, and they will send you recipes every day, which is kind of cool, but my poor little inbox is getting overflowing with recipes from them. But one thing is that they don't have advertising in their magazines. So it costs a little more to get a subscription, but then you're paying for not having ads. They have to make revenue somehow. So since they don't have people buying ads. And the other thing is the recipes are from like normal everyday people. If I wanted to submit a recipe, I could send it in to them. They would test it in their kitchens, determine if they think it's good enough, and then they would publish it and put my name and then Ohio or whatever. which I think is kind of cool because you know then that you're probably not going to get bad recipes because most people are not going to submit something gross, something that doesn't work. They're going to submit their tried and true stuff that they love and want to share with people. Stuff that people ask them for their recipe all the time, kind of a deal. That's another thing I love are like church cookbooks. Love a church cookbook because then again, you know those people who are submitting the recipes aren't going to be putting in garbage. They're going to put in their tried and true and probably the things that everybody at church asks them for all the time anyway. So this is that kind of an idea. And this is all Christmas cookies in this particular one. And the next two are from Campbell's. This one is Campbell's favorite recipes from our family to yours. And one thing I thought was kind of cool is some of the recipes have the graphics from the back of the cans, from the labels on the cans. Some of them, like this one, it looks like they just ripped the label off of the thing and slapped it in there, which I think is kind of neat. It also has recipes from people who were contest winners. So they submitted from some kind of contest that Campbell's did. There were some of them I noticed in here that said they got it from Taste of Home. So that's kind of neat that it ties in with the other one so well. And the other Campbell's one is the Soup for Life plan. So this is a diet that they published. Pretty much what happens with the diet is I didn't read it real close, but I kind of was getting the gist of it. They have some sample menus, and like you have a breakfast, you have a lunch, a dinner, and a snack. Every day at lunch, it's soup and a salad or a sandwich or whatever. Soup and something. And then like you can make a dinner choice, or you can, and there's several recipes in here that obviously use Campbell's soup that you can use to, create your dinners. There's snack ideas. I think this quick and easy berry shortcake looks pretty good. I love strawberry shortcake, so that's kind of a thing that appeals to me quite a bit. But I think this is cool. So all of the recipes in here are Campbell's recipes, or from their group of brands. And I think that's kind of cool. Excuse me. Sinuses are going bonkers. I wonder if we're going to get rain again tonight. I've been trying for 2 days to do laundry, and every time I think I'm going to go do laundry, it starts pouring down rain. The problem is I don't have a working dryer, and my brother set up a nice clothesline out there for me, and every time I want to do laundry, it rains. Yeah, that's my life. Okay, so now this stack are less recipe related, but more household tips related. There's quite a few of them. So we have vegetable oil, unstick frozen car doors, solving pesky household problems. One of the tips in there is like if you're shoveling snow, which since it's summer here, like in Australia, it's winter. They say to use like Pam cooking spray or something similar to spray your snow shovel. And that should keep the snow from sticking to the shovel to make it easier to shovel your driveways or whatever. Lemon juice. Lighten your hair and solve household problems. Yeah, you can use it to bleach your hair and give yourself highlights. You can also make your own cough syrup, which I thought was a pretty good one. It's honey and a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of like olive oil, and you heat it up, but it doesn't say if you're supposed to bring it to a boil or how hot you're supposed to make it. So I'm like, yeah, that's kind of an important detail. And then there's baking soda, brighten your smile, and other amazing advice. Baking soda is like this amazing thing. You can do pretty much anything you want with it. You can use it like to scour your dishes. You can use it to clean the drains. You can use it to brush your teeth. I mean, you can use it as deodorant. It's amazing. Vinegar, make odors vanish, and other household tips. Mix the vinegar and baking soda together and you get an oxygenated cleaning solution. Paper bags, plastic bags, unclog shower heads, and other simple solutions. I don't know how that works. I haven't read that one yet. But okay, sure, why not? Aluminum foil, remove rust spots and other household hints. Yeah, you can kind of do a scouring pad using wadded up aluminum foil, as long as you don't put too much pressure, because then you're just going to rub it flat and it won't do any good. But if you leave it kind of crumply, it will scratch, like baked on food and stuff, if you don't have a scouring pad handy. Toothpaste, take the bite out of burns and itches and other amazing uses. I didn't know that you could use toothpaste for things like bug bites and what have you. So I'm thinking I might try that, because I got a couple mosquito bites when we were out mowing the grass the other day. And they are itching to death today. Driving me nuts. Cornstarch, buff and shine your car and other incredible uses. I haven't read this one yet. I don't know how you buff and shine your car with cornstarch, but I do know that if you have like a pizza stone or a stoneware baking surface, if you put a little cornstarch down, it'll help keep your dough from sticking. That's why a lot of pizza restaurants will put down cornstarch when they put their pizzas in like a wood-fired oven. It's so that it doesn't stick to the oven itself. And this one is salt. Clean coffees, cup stains, and other best-kept secrets. Yeah, you can use salt as kind of a cleanser for scouring and what have you, because it has enough grit that it will help clean stuff off. One thing I did see in here as I was flipping through was it says to get rid of puffy eyes, to soak a cotton ball in salt water and then put it over your eyes. I'm a little concerned about that one. I've had salt water in my eyes before, and I've accidentally rubbed my eyes after having touched something salty, like maybe eating chips or something, and then accidentally rubbed my eye and gotten salt in my eye, and that bloody burns. So what the heck are they talking about putting saltwater soaked cotton balls on your eyes? That salt water is going to burn. I've been in the ocean. I know what salt water in your eyes feels like. So I'm a little concerned about that one. I'm sure it's like a very weak solution, but still, salt water in your eyes? I'm not too keen on that. But I haven't read the rest of them, so maybe there's other better ideas in there. But that's my little haul, and the bulk of it came out of the freebie box at the library. So yeah, I don't mind picking up freebies. I do have a book on actually a couple books. Well, one book will be sent out next week. I pre-ordered The Damned by Renee Ahdieh. Is that the right one? I almost said somebody else, and I think it's Renee Ahdieh. It's the sequel to The Beautiful, which is the vampire book that she did last year. And it was supposed to come out the beginning of June, and it got pushed back, so now it's coming out, I think, July 9th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. July 7th? And then I'll get it on the 9th? Because the 7th would be Tuesday, and new releases are usually Tuesdays, not Thursdays. I'm pretty sure it said I would get it on the 9th. So I should be getting that next week. I also won a book on Goodreads. It's about the CIA and Manson, and I don't know. It sounded interesting to me, but then I do enjoy thrillers. I enjoy true crime, and I am very intrigued by serial killers because I want to know what makes them tick. So this kind of combines those interests, and I'm kind of excited that that's the one I won. So those should be coming anytime. And at the moment, that's all I really have. And we're already at half an hour on this. So I will let you go. I got to get these videos uploaded. So I will talk at you in the next video. Remember to comment, like, share, subscribe, ring the notification bell, blah, 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 you know, all that YouTube stuff. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.